It's a quick video tour of the 2014 Citroen Relay van conversion. It's obviously the front of the van, and just down this side, the driver's side, you have the vent here for the hot water heater. That is there. This is the mains electrical hookup, so that just opens up from there, and sockets in there if you need to plug in to external hookup. And then under here, just near the exhaust, you've got the waste tank outlet, and under here you have an underslung waste tank, which is 50 litres, and on the other side there's fresh water, that's 66 litres. So just round to the passenger side of the van outside, here you have the point to fill up the water tank, and that's operated with a key, so nobody can undo that. And then that's the LPG gas fill point, and also the van comes with adapters for all European countries as well. And then underneath on this side of the van, you have the outlet if you need to empty the fresh water tank. So just opening the driver's side door, that's what the cab looks like, all pretty clean. Across here, DAB digital radio there, and air conditioning there. As mentioned in the description, 121,000 miles, just over that now. All working, engine's been fully serviced and MOT just recently. And once you start the engine, you have the reversing camera, that's just on all the time as you drive along, and obviously you can just turn it off there if you don't want it on when you're driving. Okay, so just heading inside via the side door, slides back fully to reveal the kitchen on the end here, and you've got a door which takes you to the under sink storage. It's just a box which is screwed down at the moment but could be removed. You can put shelves etc in there, and I've got the fire extinguisher and fire blanket in there. And then this just shows the plumbing. I've tried to use this 8mm stuff all throughout, and quality John Guest plumbing points. That's all exposed, so none of these are buried under anything, so you can get to everything. Plus I've put in loads of these taps if you need to turn anything off and do a bit of maintenance. So that's under the sink, excuse me. And then on here you've also got a little monitor, so if you press that you can see the red light lighting up. That just tells you your water tank, how full that is. That's the fresh water, and this is the waste. So if it's about over 2/3 full, that red light will come on, and this is all wired in the 12-volt system, so that's on if a 12-volt system's on. And then you've just got this flip up kitchen worktop, which just has a couple of catches underneath, and that just gives you a bit of extra space here in the kitchen. We'll put that down, and then coming in inside the front passenger seat, excuse me, that just swivels around like that, so it's just got this red catch underneath to swivel around, and then that's it's a nice place to sit in the evenings. And then also we've got these blackout curtains as well. I'll just shut the door while we're in here in full effect. Door closes. So yeah, the blackout curtains, and you can pull those across from either side, and they've just got these little clips holding them back, so that makes it nice and cozy in the evening. Then down behind the driver's seat, that one's not a swivel seat because you've got the bench seat just behind it, so there's not enough room to turn that round. But just behind here you've got this table with a lagoon leg, so that same as they use on boats, so that can come up like that, and then you could have the little table just resting on the top there if you want to sit here and work. And then push that back down. On the bench seat there's the just the little battery monitor, which tells you what's in the battery at the moment, and then also what's coming in. So we've got 2 amps coming in from the solar panel on the roof, That's 300 watt solar panel up on the top. And if we take this cushion away, then you can just lift this up. So under here, we've got some extra storage. This stuff all comes with the van. So you've got a mosquito net there. You've got a massive extension cable if you want to plug in mains hookup, and some extra full bottle of toilet chemical as well. So that battery there, I think 220 amp hour battery. So that will last you 2 to 3 days off grid if that's full. So that charges both from the solar panel on the roof, which the system is here. So this is coming directly from the roof. It's a single 300 watt solar panel up there, but you've also got a Sterling power battery charger there as well. So when you're driving, that's gonna charge from the once the van battery is full itself, then that will come through and help charge the battery as well. And then coming off from the battery, you've got an inverter. Got the system down here, so that the plug can just go in here in the top of the inverter, and then that's live to the fan in the bathroom and the socket. There's a 230 volt socket just over there, just down at the end under the bed. And then also that at the bottom there, that's the battery charging device if you plug in to the mains hookup from external socket, which I just showed you there. And then coming from the battery, you've got the 12 volt system, which is here, and then that is all I've put little sort of lettered stickers on there, and then that's all here, so that goes off to everything inside and all fused correctly there. So that's easy to replace the blade fuses inside this box if anything goes pop. Okay, so that's the bench seat. Cushion goes back there. Above that, you've got a big old storage cupboard. So that's probably about 35 centimeters deep, and it's a meter long. This, just to give you some perspective, so loads of clothing storage there. And then this has a catch on it, so this side window can open back and forth, which is quite nice when you're sitting there on a sunny day. Up here on the roof, on the ceiling, sorry, we've got this fan. Just turn that on for you. So that's a 12 volt max air fan, and you can hear it opening. So it opens up, and the brilliant thing with that is you can have that on if it's raining. You can still have that running. So that is at the front. Meanwhile, just skip through here at the back, we have this ceiling fan as well, ceiling vent as well. So you can open the vent up all the way or halfway, and then that's perfect when it's raining or at night, whatever. You can get some ventilation through, and you can put that to suck air out or blow in fresh air, and perfect when you're cooking. Talking of which, I'll just turn the fan off, sorry. Talking of cooking, that's the kitchen area. So you've got this squid sink here with hot and cold taps, as you saw below. That's fully plumbed in. That's the other side of the storage there under the sink. And then if I just come this way, then you've got a drawer there. At the moment we've got the bits in here for the hob, which I take these off when I'm driving just because they're not secured down. So that's the gas hob, which comes off the LPG. I'll see the tank in a second. So that's there, and yeah, just inside here you've got a little kind of removable cutlery drawer and everything, and then all the drawers have a little sort of click catch thing to keep the handles out the way. And then there's just two drawers here of a really good size. So we found, you get a complimentary kettle as well. Found they're really good. For one, you can fill up with all your fruit and veg and cans and whatever, and the other one is enough for pots and pans. So there's plenty of kitchen storage, and then there's a 12 volt Dometic fridge as well. So that just runs off the 12 volt system. It has its own switch inside, so if you just hold that down for a second, then it'll all come on and that will boot up. That can be used as a fridge here with a freezer compartment at the top. Or if you want, you can use the whole thing as a freezer or just the whole thing as a fridge, and it's got separate compartments, shelf, etc. that can come in and out. So if you just hold that down again, it goes off. It's got 4 settings, so you can put it on a low setting at night so it won't come on a lot. All right, so that's the kitchen. Quite tricky to film here in the van, but I'm trying to do it as best I can. So this is the toilet shower here, and at the bottom again there's another little catch, and it's got one of these very convenient cassette toilet setup, so that just slides out, and that's the one we've been using, but it's completely clean inside and out, been sterilized, so it's ready to use. And then this is just a catch here. Give it a little pull. It's got a magnetic strip down there, so this is a tamper door which shuts, so it stays closed magnetically. So it's the shower room. You've got light up there, mirror over here which is attached with Velcro, so you can actually remove that if you want to. This is the fan which I mentioned with the electrical stuff, and that's got a humidity sensor as well if you want that to come on and off. If you're drying clothes in here and stuff, that's really useful. And the shower, everything's plumbed in and like it would be at home, and that's got a mixer tap with hot and cold there. So again, that comes straight off the 12-volt system. Using the water heater takes about 20 minutes and you've got 13 litres of hot water. So this is the Thetford cassette toilet and Thetford cassette tray, so they're meant to go together, so that's all sealed in nicely around the bottom, so no chance of any leaks or anything. Obviously it drains in that direction, but the whole thing sloped that way. And there's the beautiful toilet, and this one does have a built-in flush as well, which is here. But obviously the water system is drained down at the moment, so it won't flush, but that's connected to the 12-volt system. It's pressurised, so it flushes the toilet. So that is the toilet cubicle there. And then coming down to the end, just to show you the bed setup, I'll just push that back down, excuse me. So the bed setup here, it's about 1.8 meters from one side to the other. So that's the way the two of us have been using the van. We've been sleeping sideways, if you like, in the van. From this point to the back door, that's about 1.6 meters. So fine for children, but for most people, yeah, you'd need to sleep side to side, and that can sleep 2 adults quite comfortably. So then when you don't want it as a bed for daytime use, you just pull these cushions out, and yeah, I'll do that now and then I'll show you how it looks. Okay, so once you slide the cushions back both sides, and then you've got a backrest, and these are big bench seats, and then this bit is the actual table itself. And it does have 2 more sections which are currently underneath there, but they go at the back and the front, so then that forms the underneath the basis of the bed. So that's how the bench seats look in the daytime use, and I'll just put the table up so you can see that. Okay, so then the table is now attached to this leg, so see the leg fastens like this. That can go up and down depending on how high you want the table. Then it can pivot from that point and that point, so it's pretty handy because you can kind of shove it out the way nicely. So you can have the table there, you can both sit each side, have a bit of food. But if you don't want that, excuse the weird camera work, but then you can push the table round like that. So the way I've designed it, then you can still walk through the van, have the back doors open, etc. Without needing to take the table down every time. So that's the table itself. There's some storage under here and under here. as well as the LPG gas and the heater on this side. So that's a hot air heater, and the controls for that are just here. So you can just have it on to blow air through the van, or you can put it on like that and it will heat up, and you can adjust the temperature there. So that's conveniently next to the bed if you don't want to get out of bed on a cold morning. And the other bit of storage here, you've got these kind of flip up cupboards. Again, I'd say it's about 20-30 centimeters deep. So not like huge cupboards overhead, but definitely enough for t-shirts, socks, pants, etc. So between 3 cupboards on each side. This one's slightly smaller than the rest, but yeah, there's more than enough storage for 2 people for all your clothes there. Just to show you the LPG gas, the cylinder is nicely secured with these straps, all securely bolted to the inner wall, and it's got 3 valves here. So this one goes to your 13-litre water heater, that one goes to the air heater, and this one up to the hob, so they can be isolated separately. And then that is 11 kilogram gas tank. So in my experience, this cost about 10 to 12 euros to fill that up entirely, and it's lasted about a month. And then as we saw on the outside of the van, the inlet is just there, the refill point. So as mentioned, there's some storage under here. These all flip up from the top like that. So these are the 2 extra sections for the bed, and then also under there you've got some leveling blocks, which are pretty essential when you go and park anywhere. This is the outlet for the hot air, and that's the intake for the air to circulate round for the hot air system. So that's the bench seats on one side. Just above that you've got these LED 12-volt lights, so they're both there. So when typically like sleeping, head would be this end, and then you could have reading light each as well. And then throughout the van you've got these touch sensitive LED lights in the ceiling, and then this side there is a LED light strip under there as well. And you've got the same setup just above the kitchen, so you can better see preparing food. And then at the front here there's a LED light there, and you've seen the one in the bathroom. So finally, just from the back of the van with the doors open, you can get to the storage here. I've not blocked this off on either side, but it'd be easy to attach a curtain or a door to there if you wanted it cordoned off. But yeah, that's a nice walkway all the way through, so you've got a good 4 meters or so from the back right up to the front seat there. So that's what it looks like from the back. So just to give you the full view, this is the looking from the passenger seat, swiveled round. This is the table, now on the leg there. That's the table installed, and obviously if you put up the kitchen worktop as well, then that's a rather nice place to sit and enjoy a bit of food or something else sitting there. And yeah, that's the view back down the van. So thank you very much for watching the van tour. If you've got any questions, drop us a message and I'll do my best to answer them.